Hello YouTube, Tammy here as a yarn crafter on this fine Friday evening, coming to you with a finished object. Yes, I have got my leaf scarf done. Um, as you guys have seen in past videos, I've had some struggles with it, but Wednesday after I shared my work in progress video for this scarf, I worked on it some more that evening. And when I went to bed Wednesday evening, I had 7 rows to go. And I thought, oh my goodness, I am so close. It's going to be done for Friday. Now, I know also in the past, I mentioned to you guys, I didn't know how bad of a yarn chicken it was going to be. And I honestly thought it was either going to be my last row, the bind off row, or seaming it together is when I was going to run out of yarn. Well, I'll start off with, I did not. I have that much left. So I probably could have got 8, maybe 10 more rows out of it, but that would have been it. So thank goodness there was no more repeats. Did not have to tie in yarn. So how did it turn out? Well, I'll show it from the cast on and show you all the way around, and then my seam, because I'm actually impressed, very impressed with my seam, and I'll talk about that in a moment. So here it is. And you guys can see the pattern. It turned out really, really cute. I love the color work that the yarn did with the length of the color change and the length of the row and types of stitches. I think this would make for a very beautiful baby blanket. As long as you did this edging at the top and bottom, it would make a really beautiful baby blanket. The multiples would be easy to figure out to do. But like, it's very cute project. I love it. Haven't decided yet if I'm keeping it for myself. Now, for those who have followed my channel for a while, I'm really not that good at seaming. Sewing things together in knitting or in crocheting, I don't like it. I'm going to toot my own horn. I know I don't get to do that often, but there's my seam. And I'm impressed on how well it looks. I am so proud of myself. It's amazing. I love it. Like I said, I am tooting my own horn. So that project is now finished. Like I said, like holding it like that, you guys can really see the stitch definition. And it is so cute. It's just remembering if I'm working on the first 16 or the last 16, so the front or the back for the cable needle. And then paying attention if I knit in the stitch normal or if I knit in the back part of the stitch. I know that caught me a couple times, but that project is done. So, what project won my last pull? Well, there was a two-way tie. So the item that did not get involved in the tie was a cheek scarf. Now this is done with a lace weight yarn. Here's a picture of the project. I kind of glanced at my bin up above and I thought, okay, I have some different pinks up there that are very fine yarns. I'm pretty sure it's the lace weight. Unfortunately, no label bands. It was stuff that was given to me. Yardage wise, I may be able to make it the same length as the one in the pattern. It may be a little shorter. Not sure yet. So, because I have a new project to work on, and if you're still with me, please, 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 please put in your vote. I'm anxious to see what wins next. So let me get to the new 3 items that you guys get to vote on. Okay, so the first item that's up for vote is Love My Boot Cuffs. And there's a little 2 children wearing them with their rubber boots. I think they're cute. It's very easy, simple color work. So that's one item. The next item is a slouchy hat. Now, unfortunately, the picture is done with a dark blue and a dark green colored yarn, and the background is a dark blue. So it is, actually, if I go this way, I'm not going to show you the one with the model. I'm going to show you the one that's on the white background. You guys can maybe see the hat a little better. No, wait a minute. Bear with me. There we go. So there's the hat with the white background. Here's the hat with the model wearing it. They said you really can't see it, so I had to show you both pictures. So there's the slouchy hat. And the third item is a rooster snood. So in other words, another cow type idea. I don't know why some are called cows, some are called snoods. I really don't know. This one's got a bit of color work in it. Actually, a lot. But those are your three items. So again, like the voting's just more or less for me to see what wins. It's to make it fun for me. I must say though, when I was working on the project I just finished at the camper, I meant to mention this on Wednesday and totally slipped my mind till now. I, most times when knitting, even if it's a back to forth, like flat work, I try to work on circular needles with regular knitting needles, and these are the ones I used. So you got your point, then you got your blunt end or your stopper end or the size end where it shows you what size it is. When you're working with these type of needles, you know, when you're holding it and you're doing your work, whatever the case may be, yada, 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 your tips, because it's so long, and if you're sitting at a table, clinks. So you get this a lot. Annoying. Very, very, very annoying. I don't know how people can work with straight needles on a regular basis. I worked on a significant amount at my camper. Unfortunately, the weather this weekend, past long weekend, was cool and very windy. And because I had my notebook with my cheat sheet notes instead of looking at the full instructions that were in the actual pattern, paper flying back and forth in the notebook could be annoying. I had a little notepad on a spiral bound, but the flip back, kind of like, when a cop writes out their notes and it's like that type instead of sideways, it flips up. And that's why I was keeping track of what row I was on. Can't really work with those outside in the wind. Can't trust my memory to be on the right row at the right time. So I worked on this a significant amount in the camper, sitting at my kitchen table. And my arms were like this. Now, of course, they would have been lower, but I was like this while I was knitting. And very annoying. I did put a request in because hubby asked me about a set of knitting needles. And next time we go shopping for yarn and such, I want to show him the kit or a style of kit that I absolutely would enjoy. And I would love a full kit of circulars where, interchangeable size cables. Because if I do get a kit like that, all my straights, I will be donating them or giving them away some way or another. I will not be keeping my straight needles. They are going. Yes, some of these I've had for many, many years. I may keep my one little pair of bamboos because they're very tiny in length and in circumference. Like, I don't know what size they are. I know they're small. But a lot of my other straight needles, I will be somehow getting rid of them. Again, I don't know where or how. I don't just want to throw them out. I don't know if our one hospital, which is our cancer hospital, as they call it now, used to not be, but it is now. I know a lot of cancer hospitals in the States have, like, in the sitting waiting area, whatever, like baskets of yarn and needles and such. I don't know if ours does that, so that you can, knit up some hats and such for patients that may be getting cancer treatment, unfortunately. I may look in to see if they have something like that at our one hospital. So I may donate them a bunch of needles. But these are hopefully going out of my possession at some point. Working with the cable stitch holder needle, which I will remind you again what they look like. Now, I do have 3 different sizes, but I will pull out the one I actually used. Which is kind of a neat little cable needle. If it was in the front, it was easy because once I put the stitch on it and held it in the front, I just kind of took the one in and jabbed it into my work. When it was in the back, 16ths of the back half of the pattern, I kind of just held it and it was awkward, but Obviously, if the project's done, I worked through it. So yes, please, 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 please go over and put a vote in. The poll has been, the new one's up. The old one is now completely gone. You won't see it anywhere. It will be the very first thing on my post page. Very easy to find. Down at the bottom there, click on my name. It will shoot you over to my home page and show you my videos, my lives, my shorts, my posts. Go on to the post. Very first one, click first, second, or third. Like I said, it's entertainment for me just to see what wins. So yeah, guys, oh, I don't know if I told you how it works if there's a tie or not. I don't think I did. I'll quickly go over it again, just in case I didn't. If I did, I'm sorry I'm repeating myself. If there's a two-way tie, like there was this round, the item that was not in the tie is the winner. The post will stay live until that scarf that I'm going to be working on next is done and shown on a Friday video for Finish It Friday. That's when I will also announce the next project that won and the next poll that will be put up. If for some reason when I show the scarf finished and there's a three-way tie, I will pull that poll down. I will inform you guys it was a three-way tie. These are the next three objects to vote on, and there'll be three brand new ones. But it will be up for 1 week only. And again, at the end of that week, so from Friday to Friday, if it's a two-way tie, the item that was not involved in the tie will win. If it's, again, a three-way tie, I will announce it like that following week that it was a three-way tie. That poll has been scratched. Here are the new items. Now, with summer coming up, normally I would only do this for 24 hours. But if I'm posting it on Friday and going to my camper, I won't then pull the poll down and announce it till the Sunday. Unless it's a long weekend, then it'll be the Monday. So it may be a little more than 24 hours, depending on if that weekend I'm home or at my camper. But again, that second set of polls options will be for 24 hours unless, like I just explained, scenario and I'm not home. And then I will, again, two-way tie, the item that was not picked in that two-way tie will win. Three-way tie. I will not put up a new poll at all. I will then automatically go to the very next pattern in the book, which was not involved in the poll at all, for you guys to vote on, and that is the project that I will make. So like I said, it's always fun just to put your vote in, because I usually, like Wednesday, I did look to see how my poll was doing, and to be truthful, I did have a different project that was winning at the time. One of the two that were involved in the tie this round was the one winning. Then I mentioned it, and somebody else went over and put a vote over, which caused the tie, and I thank you very much. I appreciate it. But yeah, you guys have a great weekend. Don't know what I'll be out. I know I was going to do a live the other day, just didn't feel like doing it, so I don't know what the weekend brings. I will be home all weekend. Hubby's got a few plans and such, so we are not going nowhere this weekend. So you never know what may come from me. So guys, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye for now.